Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream here in VR Master League. It's been a fun day coming off of those venues events, Oculus venues, and now we are ready to start off with the rest of our day of streams here. So welcome to the channel. We're still waiting on the arrival of one player. There might be a potential late substitute here coming in, being informed in the Discord chat. So we might be waiting a little bit, maybe, possibly. That's cool. There's no streams directly after this. I hear some of the players in the open comms. You can't hear it, but I can. They're talking about the time. Let's see, that as usually is the case, I don't really mind waiting. I think it's good practice to be there on time for the scheduled games. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to tell someone to be casually late or fashionably late, but as if I don't have a stream directly after, which I don't right now, then I'm happy to wait up till the full 15 minutes. Well, I shouldn't say happy, but I'm able to. So don't worry. But yes, it's good practice in any case to be prepared by start time. That way, for the days where we do have multiple matches in a row, which is usually often, we don't delay any other teams. But for this in particular match, should be fine, and I'm cool. It's Sunday. It's a fun day. It's chill. So, oh, some rock paper scissors going on for some reason. That's all right. Pre-game entertainment. Why not? Why not? Not the first time we've seen this. It's a tradition that we're awfully big fans of in terms of that pre-match stuff. Sometimes you get dances. Sometimes you get tennis. Sometimes you get the renegade. But yes. So hello, howdy, and hey to the people there in the Twitch chat. See how dilly with the howdies. How dilly doodly, how do you do? And Project 2. Got Guff bringing this stuff. And Buchibo, how does it go? Puppy Gamer, what's up, dog? System Slayer. I don't have a clever one for you yet. You're a killer. Dang. So, I got 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, something like that. Rip me, though. Always hate it when I can't deliver on a quick pun. You slay me. I'll get you one before the end of the stream. Don't you worry. But yes, welcome to the chats and welcome to VRML channel 2. So, I see Puppy in there saying I'm in the car actually missing this game. Well, that is highly unfortunate. Right now, all you're really missing is some dancing and punching and some Macarenas. Echo Macarena. For those who may have missed the Twitch clip, you can probably sort by 7-day top clips and you'll see it. There was a couple teams Trying to remember off the top of my head. I think Real Speed were one of them. I think the other one was Ragnarok, maybe? Real Speed and Ragnarok? Not positive on that, though. But yes, they begun the first round in a match earlier in the week. They launched out, the timer was set, and they all slowly braked right before they reached the disc. And they did the Macarena for the stream. Never seen that happen before, but it was interesting. It was a sight to behold, for sure. Definitely belongs in the pre-match clips, if nothing else, going into the future. But yes, so tonight we got some matches, several more matches coming. At the very least, it's the super exciting, enticing, and hyped up debut. Not to put too much pressure on it, but yeah, I think it's inevitable. Of Synapse and Illuminati. More importantly, the debut of Saluna on Synapse. So we're already talking master tier match, but then we're adding in the ever popular Saluna into the mix, who's been impressing over the months. And I know a lot of people, they've heard murmurs, they've heard whispers, they want to see this new Synapse roster in action. And that's going to be tonight, back to back. In fact, sort of. Synapse is playing Illuminati to open it up. That's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, PDT that is, and 9:30 EDT. And they'll be playing Illuminati, but following that, an hour after, they're scheduled to also play Frostbite, who we also saw on stream last night against Joker. Maybe that was the night before. I don't know. Like I said, it all gets mixed together sometimes. But the main point is we got some hype coming through in the very, very near future there. And you guys are going to want to check it out. Definitely going to want to. Howdily Doodly saying, who are the lovely casters today? Oh, just your lovely caster, just one of me today. Palidore on the casting, on the cams, on the Twitch. System Slayer saying, I think it's Palidore. Well, you thought right. Who else would I be? Surely. And it happened twice for some reason, but surely people still don't mistake me for Dimwee, right? Very, very distinct voices between him and I. But it did happen a couple times earlier in the season where people thought I was Dimwee. Which is still a compliment as anything, but it's just more so we're very different sounding usually. But yes, see Addison saying, still waiting on the autograph. It will come, hopefully. But yes, don't worry. I saw your ping. It's just more. Don't worry. Not ignoring. As is the case when people do message me. Believe me, I try to respond as quickly as possible. But if you could see the amount of pings I have at any given time, and then knowing the fact that I'm really bad at multitasking, it takes me a little while sometimes, especially when I have casts. And after the venues event, we are also doing casters debriefing, as is usually the case. That is to say, the cast ends for venues, and then we start talking about how it went, what we can do better, and by the way, if there's feedback on that, feel free to send it our way or in the league channels. But we'll usually have ourselves a debriefing, talking about what went right, what went wrong, what could be improved, what could be added, and then it usually devolves into just all kinds of random combos for an hour. But of course, with the tunnel vision that I have, I have a hard time talking to them and also responding to messages, and that's just me. But that's why I'm always thankful for our numerous league moderators, who just do great work and take a lot of pressure off of the governing mods and of the casters handling league matters, doing a great job of it. I would be very, very lost without them, trust me. Very, very lost. Princess saying, switch the teams on the screen, please. See, right on cue, right on cue. Just like that, we get a mod keeping me on task. Ooh, bam! How's that? Yes, thank you for the heads up there, Princess. Of course. Howdily doodly saying, Pally, got a question before the game. Notice that strikers and goalies get more love than midfielders. That's not so much more love. It's just, I guess when you're doing play-by-play, typically the plays are, what's happening there. But no, if you notice, I do give a lot of credit to midfielders. Like, I emphasize so much of, first of all, passers, how important team play and passing is. But if you watch the streams, I do give a lot of credit to good positioning, and that kind of lumps up midfielders with that. But I always emphasize how important the back passes are in Echo VR. I emphasize how important positioning is, left, right, and center. So in an indirect sense, I do give a lot of credit to midfielders. But But yeah, I try to make sure I include everyone and everything in the play calls, but more so, play-by-play is very, you know, what's happening now, and oftentimes that now is happening in the bubble where it's like, okay, well, pass, goal, or save, things like that. So it's kind of the unfortunate way of things with sports sometimes. I try to avoid it when I can, but it's the same with like basketball, for instance, how great defense is appreciated by general fans a lot more than offense. And the reason for that is because when you have, I guess even comparing to Echo's still like good defenders get a lot of notice, right, inside the goal. But not necessarily bubble defenders, right? Not to the same degree. It's basically the people who get the most notice, for better or worse, are going to be the strikers, the ones scoring it, or the ones saving it. And that's because it's so easy to see. Like, you can qualify a great shot because it's a shot. It's immediate, it's snappy, it's obvious, right? A save, same thing. It's obvious. When it comes to things like midfielding and positioning or even just bubble defense or stacking, those things are a lot more subtle and a lot more just, again, position-based. They're not stuff you can just plainly put on paper where it's like, this is clearly what's happening. Because a person could be in the midfield or around the bubble but be playing bad defense, and people won't necessarily notice that. A person could be in the bubble playing good defense, positioning right and rotating, but it's a lot more of a subtle thing. So I do try to emphasize positioning as often as possible, though, because it is a huge part of the game, massive part of the game. I always say, you know, the midfielders, the back pass is one of the single most important things you can integrate into your game and your strategy if you're a newer team. Learning that you don't always have to push forward. You don't always have to drive into the bubble every time you have the disc, just because, you know, prioritize scoring, not basically working smarter, not harder. And when you're just endlessly driving forward, that's working harder. But yes, as far as when the match is starting, and sorry, I know I went on a big tangent, but definitely wanted to address fully. Match is starting whenever we get our sub/4th rostered player or 15 minutes expired. That said, a llama cat has now appeared into the game, so maybe set to start very, very soon here, as the case may be. But yes, as per rules, you have up until 15 minutes past the scheduled start time for all the players to arrive before it would be a round 1 forfeit or a 3v4 at best. So we're kind of reaching that point. But like I said, luckily we do have the full 4 players here with a 1 sub, I think, in Llama Cat. So, yes. Bit out of my control. Yeah, starting soon. Exactly. See, soon is very indescript, and that's for a reason sometimes. All right. Anyway. How dilly doodly saying didn't get love during the venue? Well, I'm sure your team's got love at the very least, and it's a team game, right? We try. Indeed, though. Was it the game? Was I casting it? If so, I'm sorry. Muchos apologies. But yeah, it's under. Believe me, the thing is, believe me, I was on my team. I was a midfielder for the most part. I was not the frontline assist guy. I was not the goalkeeper. I mean, sometimes I wasn't great at it, but main point is I was a very similar role on Eclipse. I was more so the backliner, the enabler, basically. You know, kind of keeping the glue together, coaching from the back, telling people where to position, when to back it out, stuff like that. Very underappreciated and goes unnoticed a lot of the time for a variety of reasons, certainly. Because also a lot of that is very comm dependent, and most times on stream, you're not going to get to hear private comms from teams, unless it's at certain Echo lands in history, where it was probably regrettable that they allowed the closed comms to come through. Created some very interesting clips. Anyway, that said, forget about clips and forget about Eclipse, because we got ourselves a game. Now here's a Llama Cat coming through with that disc and going to look for the distribution to the back line. There's your back pass and finding that midfielder. Wonder. Is it any wonder that it happened so fast? Acknowledging the fact that midfielders are super, super important. They are much loved. And right now, they're going to love themselves that anchored goal. It's Llama Cat. How about that? Getting the shot from Wander. The assist, rather. And there's the first 2 points for Loki. Very high key. All right, so let's see how we're. Oh, there you go. Princess covering how venues matches are chosen, but yeah, essentially, because the idea, especially with venues, is growth through users who aren't familiar with Echo and such like that, things like that. We definitely kind of prioritize first, you know, the most anticipated matches of the week or matchups we think would be super competitive and contested and smooth and things like that. You know, variety is also a factor for sure. We're not just going to feature the same teams every single week, believe me. But because the audience is a bit different there, you know, we definitely want to kind of have one very smooth, highlight-heavy stream whenever we can, while also featuring a good variety. That said, you know, when we have these Twitch streams like this one, happy because we get to do these multiple times, all day, every day, stream every team, and that's the beauty of VRML, and the beauty of insanity on some of our parts. But you know what? We love casting. We love featuring right here. Going for the fully featured shot and nice placement being had from a llama cat. Cat-like reflexes. Hopefully not llama-like reflexes. I do not know how that would be, and if that is even a good thing. How about you? I don't know. How would a llama be on a sporting field? I'm just not sure. But yes, Loki had struggled finding their fourth player there. Hence we had a sub. Took a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. And now trying to make a play on the goal. Look at the stack coming in. Hot. It's Palidore trying to put it through the door, and Palidore adores that as it's 6 points in the hat for the side of Orange. But yes, good to see Llama here in the game. Good to see all these players in the game. A lot of recognizable names and faces, whether from the game or from the Discord, from the Twitch chat, getting those streams in. Llama Cat losing it up high, but will be taken back perhaps by Ron. Ron playing some defense there, trying to be the brawler. But Wonder is gonna go over the cloud and trying to go over the moon. They would be if they can get some more points here. Let's see, Llama Cats gets the dunk through right from behind the goal. And Wander again on the assist, so kind of deja vu there. Wander assisting Llama for some more points. Minty saying your favorite team's either Instinct or Frostbite. Yeah, by all means, those are some good choices. There's so many teams at the top. Certain ones may be more bandwagoning than others for good reasons. That's why I said, like I said, why I love these sports. I love the fact, and this is coming from, again, someone who used to be on clips and such. You see a lot of the talk lately, like yesterday, you talk about Frostbite and such. And as a grab goes here from Moof off that disc, off the wall that is. But you see teams like Joker, and I know people in the chat, even against Frostbite or against any of these other teams lately, are saying, break up Joker, break up Joker. I think that's a beautiful thing. That's why sports are fun. It's the same thing with Eclipse and such, where it's just you really want to see any dynasty fall. And once it happens, it's so sweet, much like the shot. And look, a little reversal there. This time Llama assisting Wander. So going back to back there with some assists and goals, but just those two players in particular moving it up the floor and working wonders. And yeah, great rookie teams out there, a lot of them. Ding is definitely one of them. Like I said, I will at no point tell you a definitive best or this or that. There's just too many good teams. I know it's a cop-out answer, but there's a lot of super talented Quest teams, rookie teams out there who I think are, again, rookies by name in the sense that they are in their first season, but not rookies by play style. They're playing at a very advanced level. That definitely includes Ding. That includes an awful lot of those rookie teams. So going into the next season right now, going for a shot, it's Oscador. And a rebounded here by Wander. Wander back to Oscador, and trying to clean up. But again, the tap just not in. Now finally an attempt going through and Oscador getting it. Took a long time. But yes, I think, you know, going into the sophomore season of these new teams, sophomore, senior, and what have you, I mean, you're going to see them right there contesting the upper ranks and divisions of Echo before too long. Couldn't tell you how much time exactly, but I do think Season 3 will be interesting. I think, especially maybe another year from now or so, you know, they're going to be right up there with some of these teams who've been playing for multiple years. Just based on the current progression rate, I feel like that's an eventuality, but we shall see. So as the disc does float from side to side, trying to get on the board here is Intergalactic still. It's Moof with the disc, and Moof getting stunned there by Wander. You have to be very distinct with these names, don't I? Because you have Wander and you have Wonder. I wonder if that was on purpose. Very easy for a caster's blunder if you're not careful. Nonetheless, Moof is going to get that through the midfield, looking for the boost now. And see Bop trying to get a leech, unable to do so. So 3 different players breaking off here for the side of Team Loki. Trying to collect that disc is Llama, being contested here by Moof and Ron. I'm just saying, no, Moof over. I'm going to get this pass over to the midfield. That said, nice stuns here. Moof having another stun go his way, though, or against him, rather, so causing a turnover for the moment. And that's going to be up to the top pocket, where it's collected by Bop. So Bop, Bop, Bop. Bop to the top. They're trying to get a goal to drop. Here, though, Wander with the disc. Wonder that is. And, man, that's confusing. But you know what? It's amusing. And 14 points here for Loki. Puppy Gamer in there saying, kills me to have to miss this game. Well, it kills me as well. Either way, though, we'll hopefully get some more streams for you in the future. As always, we try to enable and prioritize as many of those matches as we can for across all teams of every single division. Just, yeah, obviously depends a lot on caster availability and scheduling and how crowded a time slot is, but believe me, it's a high priority for me to stream as many unique teams as possible. And that said, trying to make some points possible. Needing to, in fact, is Apollo Online and the side of Intergalactic. Trying to find a little bit of traction here. Still 2 minutes left in this first round. And Howdily Doodly is saying, by the way, Pally, Ziki from earlier in the venues joined our team today. Well, awesome. Glad to hear that. Definitely impressed. Like I said, it was towards the end of that game. Kind of cool stories unfolding there where you get to have these unexpected situations. And then that person comes out and just impresses out of nowhere, in a sense, and really gets some visibility. Turns into a good rostered situation. So glad to hear it. Right now, trying to make the best of this situation. 1 minute, 35 seconds left, but a good dive out there from Moof, or from Bop, rather, sorry, as they go for that deep clear and the retrieval. Let's see. The goal is open momentarily. Now cutting in, but being stunned out, unfortunately. So back to Wander. Now, sorry for that brief silence. I had to do like my emoji there, my emote in Take a Cough. But I'm back, and right now trying to take the disc back will be Apollo Online, being put Apollo offline thanks to the punch from Oscador once and twice. So Oscador, very thorough on the punches, not leaving anyone without at least one all the way down the floor. Getting the disc back for Wander. Wander, dang it, man, as Moof gets the clear. Is it within my rights as an admin to force a name change? Just kidding, of course. Moof, though, looking for some loose change, getting the disc, but a slight ding. It still has a chance, maybe. It's going to be rebounded off the floor there by Apollo. Apollo being stunned, though, and that's going to be tapped back to the wedge. 27 seconds left here in this first round of this match. Llama Cat's slinging it through to the midfield. That's going to be overtaken here by some boosted players. A few overshoots, misreading the initial trajectory, but right on target now is Ron. So Ron Leet, Ron 1337, gotta shout that out because remember that name, some clutch plays in some matches a few days back. Right now going up high though, Llama Cats couldn't find one last shot. Maybe take that back though as a stun goes, and round one will now be in the books. So that's 14 to 0 here. I'm actually just realizing my stat puller may or may not have been functioning for that one. I thought it was. I swear. I swear, I swear. Well, for posterity's sake, I'll show it for the stream on the vanilla overlays first. 50-50 on whether this works on the other screen. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I'm sort of confident. All right, well, hold on. Confidence lost. But, alright, alas. These stats. Never minding the blank one you're currently seeing. That's totally my fault. No one else's, don't worry. But Oscador with 4 points, 2 assists. Wander with 2 points, 2 assists. Wonder with 2 points, 1 assist. And Llamacat with 6 points, 2 assists. As well as a save and a steal. For the side of Intergalactic, unable to get on the scoreboard, but a couple of saves. One for Apollo, one for Ron. As well as some steals and as well for Moof. Had the 1 steal there. Got 8 stunts for Bop. And right now it's to the top of the start of the second round. Apologies for my lack of stats there for you visibly. But hopefully, vocally, that still got you something. Anyways, over here, second round about to start. All right, so yes, going to the second round start here. Wonder. Oh boy, Wonder with a disc. Keep wanting to say Wander every time for some reason. Someone fix me. Use your magic wand. And try to prevent me from getting too tongue-tied. So it will be Moof, just getting it loose, knocked loose here. Well, again and again, some really great grabs actually unfolding. You can see it's really tough to get those reflexive grabs on the disc, but you know they've been doing it. And actually, our position is a nice dodge there from Oscador, but Moof. That was the truth, putting on the moves right on the goalie. And blowing some kisses, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That was fun. And, oh dear, we got the attack of the bots. The AI is taking over. But alas, it is taken care of. Because Princess always takes care of us. Shout out to, again, our great mods for being great mods. And anyway, over here on the pass off, up high will be Wander with the disc, finding Llamacat. Llamacat gets it right through. The goalie, see, diving out there, trying to contest it before. And that's a good thing to do there for Intergalactic and for goalies in general, sometimes knowing when to dive and when to stay put, right? Oftentimes, if you have, like up here, you know, if you get a pass up here, and especially if you're not inverted, this is a tough angle, right? So if you see a pass going high like this, as a goalie, sometimes you want to try and dive that early. That way, by the time they receive the disc, they not only have a really tough angle to actually shoot it on, but they just have no time to work with. And that's one of the other subtle things that you see in Echo Arena that teams and individuals will add to their game over time. It's not necessarily immediately obvious or immediately into the strategy, but if you consider what's the highest percentage shot that you're going to get into in a given match, as dodging through here as the stack from mid and now splitting up. But what's the highest percentage shot, do you think? It's going to be where you have the best angle at the goal, right? So from behind the backboard, wide angle. Going in from the front, though, it's Llama. And then they will tangle for the 2 points. Up by a couple here, 4-2. But yes, if you're approaching the goal, think about it. From this angle, you know, how tough of a shot is that? Not only is it tougher to shoot it from this angle because it's a smaller surface area in the goal, but simultaneously, it's easier for the goalie to save it. They only have to put their hands in a couple specific places to have a really good chance at saving that disc. So when you do see players who are really at those tight angles, it can be good to dive them sometimes. Force them to pass or force them to lose the disc because they just have no shooting angle. Versus going for those passes to the the barrier, or the nest, or the backboard where you can cross it over, and you can shoot it in basically 4 different corners or down center. You know, it gives you a lot more options and it makes it a lot tougher for the defense to cover it off. That said, the defense doing a nice job to cut off some of those passes there on the outer edge of the bubble for Team Loki, but holding strong is Intergalactic, and that was fantastic from Wander on the save. Being stunned for the efforts, but still getting the important play there to enable Oscador for a clear and maybe even a goal attempt here. Let's see. A nice defense. Offense now coming through. It's 6:43 remaining in the second round. Doing some work. All right, so over there to Wander. Wander going up to Llamacat. Llama from that favorite spot, but the shot not quite on the mark. So retrieving it is Moof, and right down that bottom clear, but intercepted instead by Oscar, prioritizing that positioning. And yes, got them bots. You know what? I want followers every now and then. Not for me, just for the channel. But we can get them. We can get them. We can do it the old-fashioned way, which is to say, you know, hard work and obsession. Lots of these streams. Of course, all the support always appreciated from you real people, as that's a real good save, but oh no! Oh, that might have been a self-goal regardless, but Oscador guarantees the shot goes through. So that was some excellent defense, but unfortunate on the results, and it's going to happen from time to time. I said this last week, or maybe earlier this week in Week 6. There was a day in Week 6. It happened to 3 different teams, and they weren't new. Like, they weren't all new teams by any stretch. It happened to a couple upper tier teams as well. So it's going to happen from time to time. Always tough when it does, but you know what? That's the name of the game. You see that happen in basketball every now and then, where you see a rebound accidentally get tapped back into the goal against their own team. It'll happen. So got to wipe it off the board. Nonetheless, a nice snag again here from Moof. How many times have we seen these great grabs in the midfield from these teams here? So Moof doing a good job trying to get there first, but going to be stunned out, so taken back by Wonder. And Wonder up to the midfield, where it's going to bounce right back their way. So there he is with a disc again. Wonder trying to find the clear, but just wondering where the disc is right now. It's going to be Moof with it and getting loose here. Now has Llama Cat nearby, trying to jump, duck, and dodge maneuver all around every single move in the book, but unable to find some points off of that. So now it's going to be a game of the stacks. You see both teams getting about 1 regrab apiece there. Will be Moof there first with a little bit of time. And that's another part of Echo, of course, that you got to watch out for, is just getting those regrabs, you know, finding that good rhythm on the boost and going directly through your teammates' hands if you can. You know, when it comes to those grabs, those chains, those stacks, you can call them a few different things, but the main point is that the frontmost person is kind of the driver. So they put their hands out as if they were managing a steering wheel, steering towards a disc, and then the other player goes through their hands, you know, holding that auto grab down. It makes it a lot easier to get those boosts through. But you see these teams definitely trying to look for that mobility. Some good boosts coming off there from that stack, now splitting apart and getting back on the defense from Team Loki. Some really close quarters combat. Not Echo combat, but I guess Echo Arena combat going through there in the midfield. It's going to result in the clear to the midfield, and that's going to be grabbed and picked off here by Oscador, who looks for a deep fling that will just go back off the back there into the hands of Moof, and Moof getting stunned as well. Back here to Oscador, trying to send it over to Bowtie. A little bit of a tough angle. Now 3 minutes left. It is a much closer round this time. Round 1 was 14-0 favoring Team Loki. Right now, maybe putting on some more, but smoking on that save. Might have just been off the dome. But either way, Apollo now going to get that. And Bop taking place back in the goal again, just trying to wait. But a lot of defense in the way, and oh, off the body again. So Bop got another grab. This time was not able to get it out of the danger zone. So it's 8 points to 2 favoring Team Loki. 3 minutes left in the second round. Team Intergalactic, though, again, I mean, thus far, holding Team Loki to fewer points and also getting some scores on there. It's just tough because you take away those kind of self-goal occurrences that happened this round. You know, it very well could be an entirely different game, because 2 of those goals from Loki were off of initial saves from Bop, I believe, and from Intergalactic on the defense. But that said, trying to collect that disc right back and send it through the midfield. Stacks engaging there, getting some nice regrabs. There's Llama Cat and Oscador doing a good job on the mobility end of things, and with that great agility and the ding, which not everyone will be fans of. It's going to be a 10-2. Contextual. Depends on the teams. Otherwise, some people may not like that. But I have no room to talk, because my team did that once upon a time in a very highly visible game. So, nonetheless, the ding-dunks ringing that dinner bell, and will be taken here by Ron. Ron going over to the tunnel, going to send it through, and it's going to bounce right back into the waiting hands there of Wander, who does actually get stopped by the boosted players, but still gets a slap at the very least on the disc. Now disc is going to be recovered up high, it looks like. Eventually, after these dog piles form up, it will be Oscador taking the disc, then losing it out again. So just some back and forth gameplay here unfolding. Trying to get back on the score sheet, but just past the grasp of Moof there. Now, Wonder will take the disc, swing around a little bit, and just juke, and maybe spend some clock a little. You know, at this point, with a 10-2 lead, it's enough of an advantage with enough of a time advantage as well that they don't need to play super aggressively. This goes back up to what we were saying a little earlier on, right, with the talking about the midfield play, or talking about the how teams don't always need to feel like they have to score every single time they have the disc, right? And this is one of those occasions that you see teams incorporate, especially at the high level. Once you have a good point advantage, And disc control, sometimes you just want to reset to the back line and you want to waste some clock. You know, the clock is your friend if you treat it as such. But if you get too loose and too aggressive sometimes, that clock can very much not be your friend. You can give the opposite team plenty of time to make a comeback. So clock management, one of those advanced strats here of Echo, and now going in there for a very nice goal is Oscador immediately after he came out of the boot, or after the stun. Just found the disc, floated right to him, and got the conversion. Puppy Gamer saying, I've been very tempted to do it, referring to the ding-dongs. Yeah, like I said, depends on the teams and how well they know each other and the whole situation between there, so I can't assume one thing or the other. But some people aren't going to be a fan of stuff like that, understandably. But then again, some teams, you know, they're both known for kind of doing those things to each other, kind of friendly, competitive banter, and then it's less of a big deal. But it really kind of depends. It's contextual, so I won't assume. But generally speaking, not everyone loves the old hot doggy moves. But nothing else does make for something to talk about on stream now, doesn't it? But 12 points there on that round. And the win, the 2-round sweep here coming through for the side of Loki. Getting the job done. And that will be the 2-round sweep, and coming in, both these teams actually having subs and doing some wonderful work. Some wonderful work, if nothing else. But you see Team Loki was coming up ahead with that 10-point match from Llama Cat. 10 points for Oscar as well. Some really high output, without a doubt. Some assists. I mean, look at Llama. Saves, steals, as well as stuns. Stat in every category. Oscador with 3 assists there, 22 stuns. He had Wander.exe with 2 points, 3 assists, 2 saves, and 18 stuns. And you had Wonder with that bread, putting in 2 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal, and 13 stuns. Love to see the assist game. As I said, not just about the strikers, not just about the goalkeepers, but it's about the midfielders, it's about the assisters, not the brothers, but the assisters. Teammates who know how to pass and know how to find the hot hand and the open shot. That's just as important as anything. Very, very important. And that was a role I prided myself on way back in the day. Over on the side here of Team Intergalactic, it was Apollo with 1 save, 1 steal, 10 stuns. He had Bop with 2 saves and 22 stuns. So nice stun output there, equaling Oscador on the other side for the game high, 22. He had Moof with a couple points, 1 save, 3 steals, and 12 stuns. And then Ron with a couple saves, a few steals, and 11 stuns. Shout out to Ron as well, the subbing over here. And that's twice this week now on stream that Ron has had some really nice plays, you know, with the saves and the steals. And it's right in the wheelhouse of Ron. So maybe see Ron joining up some teams at some point in the future. That'd be cool. But yes, good to see. Good to see. Upcoming casted matches will be in about 2 hours or so. We'll have Synapse making their stand here, 2 matches in a row, and debuting Saluna on the roster. So everyone stay tuned for that. As far as matches before then, I shall figure it out. We'll see what I can manage. As you may or may not be able to tell, my voice has been kind of up and down. I gave a lot of it for the venues events, but feeling a little bit of it now. So I'm going to go make some tea, get some honey, see how I feel, and I'm going to try and get some more casts, perhaps before the Synapse matches. But yeah, so stay tuned. You'll know soon. Pay attention to Discord, etc. But anyway. All right. So that was fun. GG's. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining. Thanks to the teams for playing. Odd Flaming Axe stopping by saying, oh, Synapse. Synaxe, if you will. No worries. I can't spell either sometimes. But all right. Take care. Waffle Broth asks how everyone's day is going. Well, mine is very, very good. It's been great. But I must hydrate. So, you know, bear with me. Gonna go grab some snacks and go eat, and yeah, I'm gonna schedule myself probably to another stream or 2 over the next couple hours until those matches. So yes, do stay tuned. Until then, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML, the final day of week 6 out of 10 in this regular season. And yeah, be happy, healthy, stay safe, and be good to each other. And I'll see you again pretty soon. Probably, definitely. Okay, bye. VRML brought to you by Swirl. Hello and goodbye.